Welcome to Eureka Street Crypto. This is my anti-professional crypto channel. I'm just a barely sane dude who fell down the cryptocurrency rabbit hole. This channel is my fumbling attempt to communicate myself outside my own head about my journey in the crypto space. It is basically my brain dump. None of this is actual financial advice. Good morning, everybody. I'm Eureka John, and you're at Eureka Street Crypto, broadcasting from Leander, Texas. It is 5:34 in the morning, May 9th, 2022. It's a Monday, and it's going to be a busy week. Probably won't hear, you may hear from me later in the week. I'm headed to New Orleans for my oldest daughter's graduation from college, and I'm that old, man. So I have two little ones and then an oldest one, and the oldest one is about to graduate from college. So wow. Anyway, this is my video blog, my brain dump, my time in the morning to reflect on the crypto space and what's happening. And it's just my time before I go to work, and before I have to be an employee, a husband, a dad, a friend, and everything else to everybody else. This is my time to just do a little something for myself before my day starts. All right. So none of this is sponsored shilling advice. None of this is financial advice. This is barely even educational material. It's not educational material, actually. And it's not technical analysis. All right. So anyway, disclaimers aside, let's go ahead and head on over here to this other screen, and let's take a look and see what the old CoinGecko has to say here. Everything's kind of in shambles right now. The market is completely dumping. Ethereum is down at $2,423.70, and Bitcoin's down to $33,269. I told you last time I broadcasted on Friday that I don't think that was the end of it, and it wasn't. And over the weekend, things have dumped even more. Stock market's dumping too. So is this the time whenever we are going to commence the Great Reset? And, they're like, flip the switch, so I don't know. Who knows what kind of manipulation is happening up in the upper echelons of financial society. I don't have any insight or knowledge about all that. All I can do is just look at these numbers on CoinGecko and go, wow. Yep. Oh, wow. And I don't even really try to, I guess they did increase the interest rates on the Fed by 0.5%. And I don't know. A lot of that stuff, the most powerful person in the United States is not the president. And I think a lot of people are beginning to realize that. But one of the most powerful people in the United States is the person who controls the Fed. So, that has a lot to do with how the stock market does, and, how the crypto market does as a result as well. They don't exactly track hand in hand, but they go hand in hand enough together. So let's say Binance Coin's down 13.6%. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Ethereum 14%, Bitcoin down 13.7%, XRP down 11%, Solana down 18.9%. So I mean, if you have faith in the long-term vision of crypto and Web3, actually might be a great time to buy. I do. I have faith in the long-term vision of crypto and Web3. I think a lot of this stuff may get shaken out, and then you'll have the standards there. Like originally at the very beginning of the .com bubble, and the whole beginning of the internet, you had thousands of different website projects popping up. You had the browser wars, and who ended up winning that? Well, people could say Google won that, but there's a lot of other really cool browsers out there that, I think are better. I use Brave browser myself, and Brave browser, it allows you, it has a built-in crypto wallet that I don't use, but I mean, it's good enough. And it has privacy features that allows you to control your own data in a way that a lot of other website browsers don't, like Google. And Brave browser has a token, and you can allow certain ads to pop up at the very bottom, just a tiny little box. They go, "Bloop," you want to take a look at this, and you get some Brave token for allowing that to happen. But Brave browser really allows you to control your own ads and your own data and stuff like that, and it doesn't track you according to keyword and listen to you and all that other stuff. So that's why I use Brave. And after hearing that DuckDuckGo was sitting there gatekeeping certain websites based on narrative and political agenda, yeah, DuckDuckGo is supposed to be, privacy focused. Yeah, right. So anyway, yeah. All right. So today I'm not really going to talk about any of these tokens. I'm going to talk a little more about NFTs. I've been hearing a lot about this Bored Ape Yacht Club and the whole other side, land deed, other deeds, NFT drop. And this was I guess about a week ago, and they had the NFT land drop, and everybody was just going nuts over it. That's all I saw on my Twitter feed. And I didn't understand this Bored Ape Yacht Club. At first, I thought everything was about CryptoPunks, Like, what happened? When did Bored Ape Yacht Club become the number one NFT project when we were all about CryptoPunks, not too long ago? So let's say here, October 19th, 2021, everybody was all about CryptoPunks. And people were paying exorbitant amounts. For instance, CryptoPunk number 273, NathanHead.eth said back in October 19th, 2021, CryptoPunk 273 just purchased for 265 ETH. And that was about $1 million back then. He says, "This is such a nice punk. What a sale. Everybody paying exorbitant amounts so they can look cool with a profile pic. Must be nice to have that type of money." I'm sitting here having to scrape change in order to get over to New Orleans to watch my daughter graduate. I'm going to try to give her some graduation money, and I'm cashing out stuff to try to help her. She's going out into the big world. I want to give her some money and give her a kickstart. But here's people sitting there blowing $1 million on a profile pic, so anyway, so now today, NathanHead.eth once again posts and tweets, "This resold today for 55 ETH instead of 265 ETH at which it was bought at. And it sold at 55 ETH today for $140,000. So it was bought at 265 ETH, $1 million, and sold that same CryptoPunk for 55 ETH, $140,000. They took a $860,000 loss on that NFT just so they could look cool and hold a CryptoPunk and brag about it for a while. Was that worth $860,000? Well, worth and value are all subjective, aren't they? But to me, it's not worth it. And so anyway, CryptoPunks kind of are out of vogue right now. Who knows if they'll come back in vogue? They probably will at some point, retroactively in the same way. But I imagine, like we have in our generation right now, all this nostalgia for Star Wars and all that stuff. I wonder if in the future things will cycle back around and there will be a second wave of NFT nostalgia and CryptoPunks and Bored Apes and stuff like that. And they will treat that in the same way that a lot of people treat Star Wars and Star Trek nowadays. So I don't know. Yeah, just a thought. Anyway, so let's go over here to, let's see, where do I want to start this? Okay, first of all, I got a lot of my information from a video on the Defiant. And if you go to the Defiant, TheDefiant.io, it's a great news organization, crypto news, DeFi news, and stuff like that, founded by Camila Russo. And Robin Schmidt, he's one of the main audio visual producers there, does a bunch of the videos, and he did a couple videos here about Bored Ape Yacht Club and apes and the other side and all that stuff, and explains it way better than I could ever do. But I'll say a few things in here anyway. So Bored Apes, they started off as some silly little profile pic project. We'll go over to their website here. Let's take a quick gander at it. it was right along with tons of other profile pic NFT booms. I just ignored Bored Apes, honestly, because everything was about crypto punks. I couldn't afford a crypto punk. I just was like, man, I could not afford any of these PFPs that were popular, squiggles, and stuff like that. They're going for several thousand to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. I just kind of backed out of it. I was like, look, dude, I'll just be having fun, over here doing my little degen thing, over with abracadabra.money and the spell token. Yeah, you see how that turned out. That didn't turn out well. So maybe I should have been hanging out over on the NFT side of things. My neighbor 2 doors down, and he's doing very well. But that's why you don't follow my advice. I'm not a good investor, but I do enjoy research all this stuff, and I don't play around with money that I can't lose. But yeah, it's just like. Yeah, I was in the wrong side of things. That's for sure. If you bought into Klima DAO, it did the whole Olympus forks, and you chose the wrong direction. You probably should have been more on the NFT side and the PFP and the gaming side of things. Anyway, what it do. But at least I'm at a point where I can understand this, and I don't know, whatever. I'm just trying to make myself feel better. All right, so let's see here. Welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, a limited NFT collection where the token itself doubles as your membership to a swamp club for apes. The club is open. Open only if you have several $100,000, but or millions of dollars. There are a lot of celebrities that started buying Bored Apes as well, and it became this whole big celebrity, foo-fa status, and everybody trying to fit in and buying Bored Apes, and going to these Bored Ape events, Bored Ape only events. They have a Bored Ape hamburger joint out in California. Can't remember what the name of it is, but I'll look it up here in a second. So let's go to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Let's enter this little, I guess it kind of looks like it's in a New Orleans swamp. I'm headed over to New Orleans this week, so I wonder if I'll see something similar. There is a bar down in the French Quarter called, why can't I think of it? Oh my God, it has this huge hamburger. I went there a long time ago with my girlfriend in high school, and then she showed me it. Oh my God, oh man, it's gonna pop in my head later. Port of Call, yes, and it's over there down on I can't remember what street it was, maybe Esplanade and something like. Yeah, I don't know, but. Yeah, Port of Call has this huge hamburger. They have this big old famous drink called the Monsoon, and it looks like this on the inside. So yeah, if you're in New Orleans, go check out Port of Call. It's kind of a tourist destination now, I guess, but it's not on Bourbon Street. It's kind of tucked away down deep in kind of the periphery of the French Quarter. So anyway, welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's a collection of 10,000 Bored Ape NFTs, unique digital collectibles living on the Ethereum blockchain. Your Bored Ape doubles as your Yacht Club membership card and grants access to members-only benefits, the first of which is the access to the bathroom. A collaborative graffiti board. Future areas and perks can be unlocked by the community through roadmap activation. The bathroom. Yeah. And a lot of times in bars, the bathroom is the place, especially if you're doing a little, toot toot. But I've never done that. but a lot of people would just kind of disappear in the bathroom, and I was kind of naive, and I'd be like, "What are you guys doing?" Anyway, the bathroom ended up being really graffitied up. A lot of times it was tore up. There's some famous bathrooms in Austin. The Jackalope was one of them for the longest time. The Emo's bathroom, you had the Trophy bathroom. So there was just some gnarly bathrooms. So I guess it's kind of fitting. You got a dumpy little bar in the swamp, and the bathroom is the place where everybody goes. It's a collaborative graffiti board. All right, so fair distribution. Bonding curves are a Ponzi. So there's no bonding curves here. Buying a Bored Ape costs 0.08 ETH. Back then, when it cost 0.08 ETH, that was probably about. I would say that was about like maybe $700 to $600, $500 to $700, depending on what the price of ETH was, I guess. So yeah, could have bought it for back then if you knew about the mint and if you were interested in that stuff. And anyway, each Bored Ape is unique and programmatically generated from over 170 Possible traits including expression, headwear, clothing, and more. All apes are dope, but some are rarer than others. The apes are stored as ERC-721 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain and hosted on IPFS. All right, to access members-only areas such as the bathroom, ape holders will need to be signed into their MetaMask wallet. So yeah, there's okay. Here I got to know more about this bathroom. The Bored Ape Yacht Club bathroom will become operational once the pre-sale period is over. It contains a canvas accessible only to wallets containing at least one ape. Like any good dive bar bathroom, this is the place to draw, scrawl, or write expletives. Each ape holder will be able to paint a pixel on the bathroom. While every 15 minutes, think of it as a collaborative art experiment or the cryptosphere for the cryptosphere. The members only canvas for the discerning minds of crypto Twitter. We're pretty sure this club is going to be full of dicks. All right, man. I gotta take a look at this bathroom. Hold on. Let's follow this link real quick just to take a quick gander at it. Yep. Log in the bathroom. I don't have a Bored Ape yacht, so I cannot log into the bathroom. Okay, well, anyway, go in the bathroom anyway. I'll piss out on the side of the building. All right, and I don't have to drop a deuce. So, all right. So anyway, they were kind of at a stopping point. They were enjoying this wild ride of success, you know, after having supplanted CryptoPunks as the #1 NFT project. And so what next? You know, they got to, you know, they can't just keep doing PFP stuff. That bubble's going to burst. If it hasn't already. I mean, I don't think it's quite bursted yet. And then play to earn games. There's a thought. So they decided to create their own metaverse. Okay, there's a lot of metaverses out there. There's, you know, crypto voxels. There's sand for the sandbox, and there's Decentraland. There's Somnium Space. There's Wilder Worlds. There's Gala Games. There's a ton of different metaverses out there. I could just go on and on naming metaverses. And it kind of fractionalizes and puts people in these tiny little tribes once again. You know, crypto has kind of a reputation and a penchant towards creating tribes. And, you know, we don't have sports teams. You know, if you're not into sports and then you're into crypto, you still end up falling into the same pattern of falling into your tribe, rooting for your team. And, you know, people up at the top that are doing the bread and circus, you know, finger puppet games, they don't care what team you root for or even what connection it has, whether it's crypto or playing with balls. They just want you to go into a tribe and to you know, find your identity in that and ignore the people at the top. All right. So anyway, I digress. All right. So they decided to create their own metaverse, and it's, you know, called The Other Side. And so let's see over here, everything you need to know about. So here is a little article about Other Deeds and Other Side. So they had a land sale last weekend for these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. And so what The Other Side is supposed to be, they said we can't just, you know, lock out everybody else because nobody can afford to do Bored Apes except for, you know, some people with tons of money. So how can we allow everybody else to participate in this, you know, NFT crypto metaverse world? Well, we have to make it to where it is compatible and can allow any other NFT, PFP profile pick project, play to earn NFT to go into this world. So it doesn't matter whether you have a CryptoPunk, a Bored Ape. Maybe I'm one of my freaks and guilds. One of my freaks from the Freaks and Guilds game I play can go in there. Maybe an Axie can go in there from Axie Infinity. Maybe an Avagachi could go in there. Maybe Squiggles could go in there. You know, like it doesn't matter what type of NFT you have, it can all go in there as long as it's something like an ERC 721, and it can all go in and be a part of this world. So it's kind of a metaverse for metaverses, you know. It's a whole other dimension and level of what a metaverse is. You know, we start things out with some kind of semblance of familiarity whenever we venture into somebody new. For instance, you know, the first car was called a horseless carriage. And then the first online newspaper used basically it was just a PDF, a scanned in PDF of an actual newspaper. And then the homepage looked just like a newspaper. Then it started to evolve out and become more what you see on news websites and stuff like that are highly interactive, and you can leave comments and all that other stuff. But it didn't start out that way. Everything starts with some sort of familiarity. So, metaverses, they start off with this whole idea of, you can go in there and do things you would do in the real world. What would you do in the real world? You would go to a concert, everybody puts on their Oculuses, and they behave in the way that they would in the real world in the metaverse. Well, I'm sure a lot of that will change, and this is kind of one step in that direction. Well, you have a metaverse of metaverses, and you allow every single different type of PFP and NFT to be compatible with it. So they've launched the land sale for this other side, and it is a huge let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see, other side metaverse. Okay, let me Google it, because there's the map. Then there's this huge map on the other side, and it is massive of all the land plots. So let's go over here and let me see if I can find a look. I'm going to add map to the end of this search, because I want you to take a look at this map. I mean, it is not amp. Geez. Me and my typos. All right. Map. All right. Other side metaverse map. Okay. So anyway, it looks like a freaking galaxy, and each land plot's the stars. The other side metaverse details are not disclosed yet. I will pull up this website real quick. But anyway, the land sale happened, and people are buying all these plots of land, and they are looking at each plot of land. It just kind of shows you how to do it, so it doesn't show you the map. So anyway, each plot of land has different attributes, just like the NFTs have different attributes, right? So let me go back to this article, and they have let's see here. So each plot, okay. There's all these different icons. It's a dynamic NFT. So here's a little a key of what the NFT looks like here, and it shows here the land, the name, and the name of the sediment. So it has different sediments and materials that you can find on the lands. The lands have land rarity tiers from 1 to 5. Your lands have different artifacts. And then the dots here represent rarity tiers. You could, for instance, have oil on your land, or you could have, nickel or some kind of mineral or something like that. And your land could have a coda. And so that's like this mystery creature here. Up here at the top, you'll see this coda. That's appearing on land deeds, and they're highly sought after. So if you find a coda, then the land is suddenly worth a lot more, but nobody really knows why yet. And that they're selling like Coda Potion as well. Got me, you got everybody else. But it's definitely affecting the value of it. But anyway, this land sale completely locked up Ethereum. So if you look right here at that, the Ethereum daily burned, because according to EIP 1559, Ethereum gets burned now instead of being rewarded to the miners. And it kind of helps you track it. And look at that spike right there. So if you go over here to watchtheburn.com, you can kind of see a real-time look at how much Ethereum is being burned. Actually, on early Mother's Day morning, Ethereum was really low. I guess nobody was really, dealing with Ethereum. They were too busy telling their mom they love them, which is good. So, but anyway, this is a real-time graph of all the different transactions and how much ETH is burned per transaction. So ETH is deflationary, and that's what EIP 1559 did. It made it to where the miners weren't completely taking all this Ethereum as the mining reward, And because Ethereum transactions are expensive, especially when the network is clogged up, then it gets extremely expensive. Then the miners love that, and then they were taking all those profits, and then they were just like dumping that Ethereum on the market, and it was just like not good for the price value of Ethereum. So they did EIP 1559, and the EIP stands for Ethereum Improvement Protocol, and they are voted on by the Ethereum community because Ethereum is not a company. I've heard somebody call Bitcoin a company the other day. I was just like, no, Bitcoin's not, because I was telling them, I was like, I might, I'm in application process for doing audio visual for a Bitcoin mining company. And they were like, so they were talking about Bitcoin like it was going. They're like, so how much does Bitcoin pay? I'm like, no. Like, Bitcoin is not a company. These conversations that you have sometimes. Well, Ethereum is not a company. They use Ethereum improvement protocols, and all the people running nodes and stuff like that vote on it. And the people in the Ethereum Foundation, people in the Ethereum DAO vote on it. And I think that I'm terrible at explaining this. But anyway, Ethereum is not a company. And then so they voted on EIP 1559 to get back to the point. And EIP 1559 burns most of those fees. And then the people doing the transaction can leave a tip for the miner. And so here you see tips right here. Hold on, let me expand the screen out slightly so the people watching can see. Okay. So there's all the burned NFT. There's 2,286,837 burned Ethereum. There's rewards, 3,727,304 ETH. And then there's tips, 396,803 tips that went to the miners. So yeah, man. Anyway, so I've digressed. Let's go back over here to the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. So let's go back to this article. So when they did this land sale, what happened is everybody was converging on the NFT market at once, and that's on Ethereum, and everything got locked up, and people were paying as much as 5 ETH in gas fees for transactions. It was about 3,000, so 3,000 times 5, so yeah, that's a lot of money just to run one transaction. So yeah, $15,000 just to run one transaction so they can get that. See, that's a game for the rich. It definitely locks out a lot of people. They were going to do a Dutch auction, and at first, so I didn't know what a Dutch auction was, and they canned the idea of the Dutch auction at the last minute, and that upset people as well. So a Dutch auction is a market structure in which the price of something offered is determined after taking in all bids to arrive at the highest price, which is the total offering can be sold. In this type of auction, investors place a bid for the amount they're willing to buy in terms of quality, quantity, and price. A Dutch auction also refers to a type of auction in which the price of an item is lowered until it gets a bid. The first bid made is the winning bid and results in a sale, assuming the price is above the reserve price. This is in contrast to typical auction markets where the price starts low and then rises as bidders compete against one another to be the successful buyer. All right, so here's an example. Let's see here. If a company is using a Dutch auction initial public offering for shares of a stock or whatever, potential investors enter their bids for the number of shares they want to purchase as well as the price they're willing to pay. For example, an investor may place a bid for 100 shares at $100, while another investor offers $95 for 500 shares. Once all the bids are submitted, the allotted placement is assigned to the bidders with the highest bids down until all the allotted shares are assigned. However, the price that each bidder pays is based on the lowest price of all the allotted bidders, or essentially the last successful bid. Therefore, even if you bid $100 for your 1,000 shares, the last successful bid is $80. You will only have to pay $80 for your 1,000 shares. So, all right, man. So that's kind of how Dutch auctions work. They were going to do it that way, and they didn't. So let's take a look back at this article. All right, so Okay, so at this time of writing, this article was on May 3rd. So Other Deed for Other Side ranked number one by trading volume on OpenSea Marketplace for the last 24 hours, and of course the last 7 days, according to Nansen. Other Deed for Other Side has been the top-selling NFT collection for the past 24 hours with a sales volume of over 111,000 Ethereum. It's not too much to say that the Other Side Metaverse land sale was a success. It is worth mentioning that the Other Side project is not the ordinary AAAA PFP or 10K project. All the 55,000 plots of land were sold out immediately. And he said, I heard a lot of people paid a large amount of money on gas fees. The burning rate of Ethereum hit a new all-time high due to the Other Side NFT mint. Users paid as much as 5 ETH in gas fees in a transaction. So, wow, that is a shite show. A lot of people didn't like this mint, even if Yuga Labs were refunding the gas fees. And Yuga Labs is the one that is in charge of all this, the one that made Bored Apes and all this Other Side and all that stuff. And Yuga Labs acquired CryptoPunks as well, so they're buying up everything. So from the following pick, you can find that users even pay as high as $63,893.01. Oh, sorry, from the following pick, you can find that users pay even pay as high as 63,893 ETH. That's $177 million in gas fees just to be able to mint the lands in the Other Side metaverse. That is insane. It definitely created some of the highest gas fees in the history of the Ethereum network. That's totally crazy in my opinion, or the author's opinion. My facial expression is just like the monkey below, and that's a Bored Ape, right? So the rise and fall of Apecoin prices. So at first, yeah, you would need the Apecoin in order to buy land, and because that's what the Apecoin was going to be, and it's going to be the currency in the Other Side metaverse. So that's, whether or not you think that's valuable or not, that's what the Apecoin is used for. I know I said in a few episodes back, I have no idea what this Apecoin is for, but apparently, it seemed to be doing well. That's because it was in anticipation of this land sale, because you had to buy the land with Ape, and then suddenly it opens up. Oh, you don't just need Ape, you can have Ethereum too, and then all this other stuff. And then they had all these high prices, and Apecoin has crashed since then. Yeah, you can keep holding on to your Ape if you think you're going to be going into this metaverse and using things and buying things. Well, the Apecoin is going to be doing it. However, this crash and this high Ethereum prices caused a lot of controversy, and the company recognized this. And they say, well, we think that we are going to create a Apecoin on its own blockchain. And that's not unheard of. I mean, like, for instance, Axie Infinity has its own blockchain that Ronin sits on. And if you're in a metaverse, you're doing lots of transactions back and forth. So you can't be doing that on Ethereum, because Ethereum is just too slow and too expensive, and you can't run a metaverse on Ethereum, period. So you have to use some kind of layer 2 solution or your own blockchain. Maybe a layer 2 solution would be better for this, but they're talking about putting Apecoin on its own blockchain, much in the same way that the Axie Infinity, the smooth love potion, the SLP is the SLP token for Axie Infinity is on the Ronin blockchain. So yeah, and that's quick and fast. However, we just recently had a $660 million Ronin hack. So the bridging from Ethereum to Ronin got hacked, and like $600 million got lost, got hacked and got taken, because they hacked the bridge from Ethereum to Ronin. So there's a risk there. If Apecoin decides to go to its other blockchain, then there's a risk that bridge, could get hacked as well. And that's dangerous, and that scares a lot of people. And a lot of people don't like that. And so the Apecoin has dropped in value. And a lot of people were so pissed, saying that this was all a conspiracy to have, they purposely canceled that Dutch auction, and they purposely choked up the Ethereum network in order to justify the announcement that they were going to do, to say that we're going to put the Apecoin on its own blockchain. So I don't know. I don't know the validity of all that, but that's just what I've seen people on the Twitter space saying. Anyway, so The rise and fall of Apecoin price is just a reflection of the demand and supply game. It can also be the result of the old adage: buy the rumor, sell the news. Anyway, so let's. They just talks about a bunch of the attributes of the land. There are a total of 15 categories of traits for the land. There's artifacts, category, eastern resource tier, environment tier, coda, northern resource tier, sediment tier, southern resource tier, western resource, and western resource tier. Interesting. Okay. And there's a bunch of different rarity features and all that. So each plot of land possibly containing natural resources, rare artifacts, and the lucky few a coda. But what was that? What would involve? And what could we do with a coda? No clue. And that's what people just they love the mystery of it, you know, and they're just like, they want the coda so bad, but they don't know what it does. So meet the coda is the intro posted on the Other Side website. The primal beings have ushered us into the other side. We don't know why they've brought us here or what their affinity to this land is. If you're lucky enough to meet a coda, tread cautiously. There's a total of 10,000 codas and 100,000 plots of land parcels at the time of writing. The floor price for the other deed with a coda on it is around 20 ETH. So let's take a look. I do have OpenSeas pulled up. First of all, let's go take a quick look at the Bored Ape. Oh my God, I've gone on for 35 minutes. I did not even realize it. This is. I mean, I never really know what I'm going to talk about every single morning. I just kind of just do it, you know, and a lot of people would say that would stop, you know, and be, I don't know what I'm going to say, you know, I got to create an outline, you know, all these things of why they can't do something. You know, just do it and trust the process. And a lot of times it will come out okay. Everything is going to be all right. Anyway, so here's the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Let me refresh this page. And let's see what the floor price for a Bored Ape is right now. It looks to be 96 ETH. God, it's just ridiculous. That's nuts, man. All right. So anyway, I just sound old saying that, you know. This is ridiculous. This is nuts. I am cantankerous sometimes, you know. I can be a cantankerous old man. Anyway, so let's take a look at these other deeds over here on OpenSea. Let's see what that looks like. Cantankerous. I love that word. Cantankerous. All right, so OpenSea other deed collection. Let's see what these land parcels are going for. Apparently, they've sold off like what 51,000 so far, and they're going to have a second land sale. And I wonder if that's going to be. So the floor price right now for that is 2.8 ETH. ETH right now is going for $2,400. So you're paying about $5 in terms of like metaverse NFT land projects. That's actually not a bad floor price. But I think a lot of people are having buyer's regret because it wasn't like that a while ago, as you saw from the article I read from May 3rd. Amazing how fast some things can change in the crypto world. Anyway, it's taken forever to pull up. And I've been rambling on long enough. I didn't realize I was going on for 37 minutes. But you know, if you got a couple ETH laying around, and relatively speaking, they look like they could be fairly affordable. But I guarantee you that none of these selling here at the bottom would have something like a coda on them. But why? What do codas even do? You know? But yeah. Well, let's see here. So top bid, no, those are just bids. So the floor price, so yeah, 2.82 ETH. Anyway, so I don't know. You can go in there, go into the Defiant and watch that video that Robin Schmidt put on. A hell of a lot more of it entertaining than me. And yeah, and there's so much material on this. I just had to take a look, and it's not really my thing, but I wanted to find out. Inquiring minds want to know. You know, that's anyway, what is the other side? Oh, hold on. Let me just read this. As per the trailer, the other side metaverse appears to be a multi-land metaverse. It is a game based on the metaverse. Is a game-based metaverse project to be launched by Yuga Labs. Is also the creator behind Bored Ape Yacht Club. Apecoin powers the project. The teaser that was launched earlier increased the excitement in people. The soon-to-be-launched Other Side Metaverse seems to trifold the excitement and bring new things to the virtual world, as per reports. Yuga Labs has teamed up with Animoca, whatever, Animoca, I'll just say that. Animoca and Animoca to build this super exciting metaverse. The project seems to support different NFTs. A submarine can be seen in the trailer that carries several NFTs. CryptoPunks, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, World of Women, MeBits, and many other NFTs are included in this list. Apecoin was launched a few months ago that will power this project. It is already ranked 33rd as per CoinMarketCap ranking. And this was May 5th. Okay. All right, man. Anyway, yeah, I've rambled on long enough. You guys have a good day. I'm going to get my butt to work, and I'm going to keep tabs and kind of just follow all this stuff with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and just kind of, probably won't be participating probably till it's too late, honestly, but that's how it rolls, man. All right. Let me get back over here to this screen, and I will talk to you guys when I talk to you. Have a good day. Later. Thank you for making it to the end of this program. If you actually like this content, give a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more, just hit the subscribe button. I'm available on YouTube, Odyssey, and BitChute, and on all the major podcasting platforms in audio version. Spotify specifically. If you would like to follow and leave a review, that would help a lot. I am also available on Twitter at EurekaJohn1. That's EUREKA John, JOHN, and the number 1. My DMs are always open. Feel free to shoot me a message. Thanks again.